Can I have everyone please come back to their PCs, back to their screens, put their cameras on? I saw a lot of people coming on and then going like, okay, let me just wait this through and then come back. I was waiting as well for a few more people to join in before we start our session, but I think we've got to stick to time as well. So a very, very, very good morning to everyone. And the holiday season, the festival season, like we say, for us Indians, there's been one festival after the other. We're almost at the end of that as we're approaching Diwali, our Hindu New Year as well. And I'm sure a lot of you are very, very busy with Diwali preparation. Diwali preparation, a big part of that being the cleaning that goes into it. Diwali cleaning, I mean, my birthday's around Diwali, so I always used to joke about how everybody cleans their house for my birthday just to welcome it in. Because everyone's prepping up, lighting up their houses because they're that happy. That's something I used to say as a kid a lot. So this week, what we wanted to focus on, we thought we'd take Diwali next week, but then we realized and gave it a thought and realized that everyone does their Diwali cleaning in advance, right? So before Diwali comes, before we bring in the new year, what we really want to do is clear our house, clean out all the old things, see what we need and what we don't need. Keep what we need in a better, more organized fashion so that it's more accessible for us. And what we don't need, we wish to declutter, we wish to clear off. Before we decorate our house, we want to clean it so that when we're decorating it, we want to decorate it, light it up in the best way possible and celebrate with our friends, with our family, bringing in the new year. Now, if you've been here long enough, you already know that we're there to celebrate every festival with you and bring the perspective of the mind, bring the perspective of what we need to do at a spiritual level as well, and the spiritual understanding of these festivities. So of course we've discussed this, and now is the time to take it in more detail, where we're talking about physically cleaning our houses, decluttering them, organizing them, and then later decorating and lighting up the diyas. So we're here to remind you also about the mental Diwali cleaning, decluttering that is required. This is a great time to check in and assess where you're at, how your year has been. See if there is any patterns, because when we finish our Diwali cleanings, of course, Diwali cleaning is a task. But when we're done with it, it feels so good. It feels so light. It feels so clean when you're looking around, right? So it's a great time also for us to declutter our minds, to clean our minds, to do that, rigorous Diwali cleaning, not the surface cleaning we do every day, or the one that we speak about every week where we're talking about clearing some things out. It's a great time to look at our beliefs and see our patterns and see, where am I in life just now? How happy am I with where I am just now in life? Is there any area I would like to further myself and get better at? Because now nobody comes and says, oh, my house is clean, so, it's fine. We don't do Diwali cleaning because our house is dirty. We do it as an extra step to look at the corners which we haven't had a chance to look at in the regular course of life. When you go to someone's house and they say, nahi, abhi we're just starting cleaning. That is the one time in the year you're not going to say, but your house looks clean already. Because what they mean by this is actually looking into the nooks and corners and doing the deep cleaning. Similarly, for our mind as well, it doesn't have to mean that you're in a cluttered mind space or anything at all. It is a good time to assess that when I want to further my journey towards any of my goals, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, anything at all, everything has scope for improvement. Everything can look better when lit up. right? So when I want to further myself ahead in life, what can I do to make that better? Now, of course, the one way to look at it and the one way to understand it, because we understand that our life is based on the patterns that we carry with us. The beliefs we hold, the patterns we carry, deeply impact everything that is happening in every area of our life. We've spoken about beliefs, patterns, I think, of course, across time, because they are at the center stone of all that we are and everything that we hold. So now, how can we further look at the beliefs and patterns that are there? First comes a simple understanding that we may have beliefs and patterns that we are aware of. So, of course, it's a good time to look at the ones that we're aware of. What are the things that we truly believe? So many times we truly believe a certain belief that we know is not talking to our highest potential. When we say each person is a spark of God, and that is something every religion quotes in different words, that we're all a part of God, God is within us, the universe is within us. But how many of us operate out of that consciousness, where we truly believe that? Where we truly believe that, yes, I am God's favorite child. And if I feel I'm not, then what might be making me feel that way? What might be making me feel that way? With God, it's never a competition, right? I never have to prove. I still have with my kids, I think, my neighbors, everyone around me, constantly ask them, who's your favorite? They ask in Gujarati, like, who's Dika, are you, and this and that. And like, it's going on every single day. But I've never once asked them that. And they're like, see, they said my name. I said, listen, I know. They can say whoever's name they want. I know that they're mine. That's all I need to know. They know I'm theirs and I know they're mine. And that's all we need to know. I'm never worried. If they come and tell me, oh, they don't even want to go to mama, they just want to stay with us all. I'm like, great, keep them. Return them after 2 years if you want. I'm fine. I know in my heart and mind that that doesn't in any way indicate how much they love me. When something comes, and I can share with you all enough to say that that same thing might not extend in all my relationships. You might also experience relationships where you just simply know. There is no question, there is no doubt, there is that security. And then there are also relationships where you have those doubts, you have those insecurities. And what I need each of you to know just now is that that is okay. It's okay to feel that way, as long as you address it and are ready to shift it. So A is, of course, those known beliefs, those known patterns, when you simply even observe your words. The words you say day in and day out. When you simply observe the conversations you have with the people that you meet. So many times we meet people where something is not to our consciousness, but we say things just to blend in. Oh, yeah. I mean, times are very bad just now. It's very difficult in this economy. Oh, yes, all men are like that. When you notice your consciousness, when you notice where you're lowering your consciousness because you feel you have to, you feel you need to. When you notice where so many of those beliefs might be originating from you. No, but I don't have anything. But I need it, Where you might be becoming need-based. When you simply take those moments to understand, observe, because once we observe, once we accept, we can shift. Everything is in your control. Right? So one comes our conscious level of beliefs that is there. That we might want to look into, shift, rectify, and see how we want to change our lives. Then comes this whole myriad of beliefs that you might not even be aware that you have. Like we always say, just our current life beliefs, just the beliefs that we've been raised around. And those are also so many that sometimes we're just entangled in that. Right? In Theta, we call them our core level beliefs. Those are the beliefs you have since the time you were in the womb. So they're beliefs that you've heard even when you were in the womb. Then come our many, many other layers of beliefs, beliefs that sometimes we're not even aware of, like our genetic beliefs. So many of our patterns, the reason now I'm sharing that with each of you is to simply make you aware, to simply have your mind ticking and thinking, are there any beliefs like that that I'm holding? Because today we're going to be doing a cleanse on the same lines. So many beliefs, so many patterns, like we say, genetically run down from one generation to the other. We're very aware of the fact that illness can pass genetically, that, eye color, hair color, all these physical aspects can pass genetically. What we sometimes fail to acknowledge is that trauma also can pass genetically. Patterns and beliefs also can pass genetically. Now, this is not to say that you go like, okay, so everything that's happening to me is happening because that's how my parents did it. That's how my ancestors did it. No. We do not, like, if there are, for instance, there is diabetes running in a family. When you go to a doctor, when they take your medical history, they'll ask you, do you have any of these illnesses in your family? Diabetes, blood pressure, heart problems, cancer, whatever it may be. They will take that history. Now, the doctor will not tell you, okay, so now this is in your family history, so just surrender to it. They will not ignore the fact that that is in your family history either. What they will tell you is diabetes runs in your family, which means your susceptibility to it is higher, which means you need to take better care. So if every average person is taking care of their health in this manner, you should probably take care 10% more. They'll make you aware of the situation and tell you that you can proactively shift it. Similarly, when we have beliefs as well, now you will see if there's diabetes running in a family and the 3 kids, doesn't mean all 3 kids have it. A few of them will pick it based on who else also has those same patterns, who else also is hence open to it. It is not a luck by chance. When I am creating similar patterns, I will accept that belief faster. If I have a seed for it, I will accept that faster. So now is a good time to look and notice if there are any patterns that are genetically carried forward as well. This is those drawers you're looking into, which you generally don't look into. I know it's a slight nudge, it's a slight push. But that's what Diwali cleaning is all about, right? Looking at the absolutely unnecessary corners that your children go like, but why do you have to mess up something that's anyway set? You remove all those crockery sets, still clean it, and again, just put them back. But it's something you feel like, okay, I'm doing it once a year, let me do it. So many times, I'll give you a few examples. Okay. For instance, in relationships, there might be a pattern of the man of the relationship being authoritative, or the woman being suppressive or not being allowed to express. When you notice, it might be something that might be going down from generation to generation. It might look different with every generation. The kids of today might be a lot more outspoken and say, listen, this is not something that works, equality and this and that. So it might not be in the same manner where they're asked to cook or stay in the kitchen. But in different areas of your life, that might be playing out. Where when it really matters to you and you wish to express yourself, you might find yourself freezing when a person talks in an authoritative tone. You might find yourself compulsively crying when a person talks in an authoritative tone. Otherwise, very, very calm, composed, and strong outside. Sometimes genetically, when we have observed those patterns, seen those patterns, without realizing, they become a very important part of our imprint, where our mind genuinely believes that in X situation, Y is the reaction that naturally occurs. So your mind might be automatically, if you've seen your mother, grandmother freeze when suddenly, they were spoken to in a very authoritative tone. You don't realize it today, and suddenly you find yourself in that same situation. And you wonder that I'm such a liberal person. Why do I suddenly feel this way? Or you find yourself actually overcorrecting it. Because your mind knows, you just you see those people who go crazy on fitness freaks and they just stop eating everything because they want to make sure nothing happens, and then something happens anyway. Because they're overcorrecting it. So that might be a pattern. You might see money blocks that are there in a pattern that are coming down. Abuse might be a pattern that is going down generations. Really, any emotion can pass. Just the way when a baby comes, we look at the nose, the eyes, the lips. We just, take it as fact that they could have inherited different features from different people in their ancestry. Same goes for patterns, same goes for beliefs. So what can I do about it? Okay, I understand that it can come genetically. What can I do about it? What we can do about it is understand, what those patterns are. Sometimes when we even look at something in our surroundings, something in our atmosphere that really bothers us. So if I see that, this is the way, this situation keeps happening to my father or to my mother, and that is something that really bothers me as to why do they give in? Why are they like this? First thing to understand is if something bothers you that much, it's because you have some seed, some magnet that allows that frequency. Some inherent fear that is something that you're also going to find yourself in that you're not even aware of at a conscious level. So if there is something, then what is that belief that is blocking me? What is that belief that is stopping me from moving forward? What is that belief that is bothering me? Second comes, what is really at the core of it? How can I shift it? Of course, a session or understanding these beliefs like you do when you understand the different beliefs makes a world of a difference. But at a level where I'm sitting at just now, what can I do? Is understanding the root of a lot of these beliefs. So when we're talking about suppression, we're talking about abuse, even money to a certain extent. So much of it comes from a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-respect. When I look at what is happening to me outside, where am I doing that to myself? Am I doing that to myself? A lot of times in the olden times, when those generational patterns started, the women of the house weren't allowed to work. They were generally at home. So what they got to wear, where they got to go, everything was dependent on their partner and where they decided to take them, what they decided to get for them, how well they understood them. So also genetically, a lot of us got programmed in a manner where we just go like, no, but they don't understand me. It's okay. I don't even want that gift, but it bothers me that they do not understand me. Why is that understanding so important to me? Genetically, I might be wired to believing that only when they understand me, can I really have anything that I want to. Because when they understand me during those times, if that husband understood that she likes a red sari, then he got the red sari. Men had another 10 things on their plate. They didn't know how to go and pick out what would look good for the woman. But a lot of it relied on them understanding and having that connection and knowing that, okay, she might like to go out now. She might like it if I do this for her. So a lot of us today wonder, why does their validation mean so much to me? Why do I spend so much time going like, they don't understand me? We might be genetically wired that when they understand me is the only time my life can flourish. So in today's day and time, a lot of things have changed. But we cannot discount what we are carrying genetically. What we can do and understand is that everything is changeable. The minute I understand it. Science has been able to shift so much, cure so much disease, but what they needed to do to cure that disease is first to understand that disease. That this is what happens. COVID was this big thing. You could die if you got COVID. And this is something that is so recent. Now it's like, acha, they've got COVID. Okay, fine, I'll see them after 2 days. No problem. Because now science understands it. They know what to do about it. We understand it. We know what to do about it. The minute you understand anything, no matter how looming it is something that is shiftable, that is changeable, that you can clean. Okay, so self-worth, self-respect is actually at the base of so many of these beliefs. Do I believe that I'm worth it? Do I respect myself? Do I feel like what I have to say is actually something that matters? When you look at suppression, when you look at abuse, when you look at that authoritative figure, understand what your fear really is underneath that. Do I feel like what I have to say is worthy enough? When I'm assessing whether God loves me or not, do I feel I'm worthy? Or do I somewhere feel like my worth is questioned? Am I lovable? Am I worthy? I don't know. And when I don't know, that is what I'm giving out, and that is how I allow others to behave with me. The minute I respect my time, the minute I know that, no, my time is worth something, my words are worth something, automatically that is how I start behaving. And that shifts around. So look at where these originate for you from. Today, we'll also do some releases to that regard. But there might be a number of other patterns that may be there that might be on your mind. So just take the time to look and understand. For those of you that have already learned, even if you do a little bit of digging on it, you will understand the fear that really lies at the base of it. Release those beliefs, change those beliefs, do the downloads. Like we said, do your Diwali cleaning, release the old, bring in the new, and light that lamp. Okay. So we have your genetic beliefs. You also have history level beliefs, which come from your past lives, which come to patterns that you are meant to resolve. When we understand what people are teaching us by the way they behave with us, when we're ready to understand the obligations that they're bringing to us, then that shift really can happen. If a person really irks me, if a person really annoys me, if a person really disrespects me all the time, what about it hurts me the most? And am I somewhere, that particular thing that hurts me? Am I somewhere doing that with myself or with another person or with other people? If I am, what can I do to change it? So one is, okay, we're talking about changing beliefs here. The second and very important aspect of it is also actioning that change in your life. Of course, we're going to help you light that lamp. We'll do the downloads, which will plant that seed for that self-worth, that self-respect. But Diwali is not about lighting your lamps for 4 days and go like, oh, great, 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 everything's great. And then after that, you're back to it. How do I actionably change it? If I find that, my self-worth is at a low, I find it difficult to respect myself. The difficult part of it is sitting down and going like, what will make me change that? At what point would I start respecting myself? Or feel like, yes, what I do have to say is important. So many times people come to class and, at that point, slowly, they open up. Not everyone is comfortable opening up at the first go. And through their journey, suddenly they'll say, they're like, this is the first time I'm really sharing what's on my mind. Because when they find those like-minded people, when they slowly release their blocks, all those patterns that were telling them that, everything they have to say is rubbish. And they open up their mouth and they don't expect anything. They've just, everyone's talking and the teacher goes, oh, now why don't you say something too? We have a lot of very talkative people in class and we always have one or two people that are quiet, that are observing. And we go like, would you like to share what you have to say? And they talk and suddenly everyone's like, oh my God, wow. That meant so much, that resonated with me so well. That was what I needed to hear. And suddenly, for the first time in their lives, they're wondering, did I say something that, I just said what was on my mind. How is it something that actually matters to people? That is where the clock starts shifting. So whether it is finding a group of people that are ready to take that journey with you, whether it is about getting up, showing up to that office or showing up to that gym so that you are making the transformation that you need to personally, professionally, that'll make you feel more confident. Whether it is about me going like, what, I am educated, let me go and work. I'm going, at that point, I will know that I'm earning my mettle. Whether it is about making that shift that you always wanted to. Whether it is about learning a new language, whether it is about doing anything that's really going to bring you back to the element where you're like, maybe if I do this, I'll feel better. But look at, if you can't find the answer to what would help me increase my self-worth, my self-respect, very simply look at the people around you. Look at the people you respect. Because you are increasing your self-respect. So they don't have to be the same as you. But simply look at, okay, who are the people I respect? Like when they're saying something, I will listen because I think what they have to say is important. And then see what about them you respect. So I respect how hard they work. I respect how much they've achieved in life. I respect their ability to do X thing. Okay. So when you find 10 things you respect, you see the one thing that you feel is something you would want to do for yourself too. You will find one thing. When you find 10 things from that list of 10 things, you will be able to find one thing that you feel like, I think I would be interested in doing this too. Learning this new instrument or speaking in that polite manner that they do with everybody. You see, so many times you respect a person who really never loses their cool. You're like, wow, I'm in awe of how they do that. Okay, so how can I bring that change for myself? And like I say, always remember, human beings are selfish. Okay, nothing wrong with it. Selfish is a label we have misnamed. It simply means we look out for our own survival. So start with a selfish motive of, yes, I want to do this for myself. Yes, it matters to me. So I'm going to do it. And then I promise you, you'll carve time out of anywhere. Because it matters to you. And slowly start rebuilding. Anytime anything looks too big, because everything always looks too big when we're talking about changing your life, changing your beliefs, changing your patterns, all of that. Just imagine, you have to clean a whole house. I personally am also not a fan of Diwali. I'm like, oh my God, the whole house again, you have to clean it. But the minute you go like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just clean this drawer for today. And that's good. You will see as you're cleaning that drawer, you'll automatically be like, you know what, to actually make place for the things that are in this drawer, I probably need to organize another 3 drawers so that I can put it in place. So let me just simply do that. So start with goals that make sense to you, that you are comfortable with. And you will automatically grow from there. So genetic patterns are a real thing. We have past life patterns, soul patterns. We will look at, sort of getting into the depth of that, but not today because it'll get too much. I know that we've already taken this to a very intense space that is there. Okay. So we'll look at now doing some clearing up so that it feels lighter for everyone. I'm going to just simply connect channel as to if there's any beliefs that are coming, if any of you resonate with those beliefs, if any of you feel like those are beliefs that you hold, then you can say yes in your mind, and the programming will be to just change it for the people who have said yes, because it might not be a belief you resonate with, and that's all right. Okay, so we're going to just shift some of those beliefs, do some Diwali cleaning here on this session, and post that we're going to do some downloads. Very, very important. Okay, it helps you make, sort of add that color, add that light, and it's important to plant the seed of what next. Not leave a vacuum there, but your mind knows that there is a different way to exist. I am allowed to feel worthy. I'm allowed to feel good. I'm allowed to feel special. Okay. All right. So let me just connect. Let's see. And then I'm going to ask you for any releases. So would you like to release any patterns where you felt I'm not good enough, where you've constantly questioned your self-worth, where you felt like what I have to say is not important, where you may have questioned your self-worth, questioned your self-respect, where you may have felt like you're smaller than those around you, where you may have had doubts on your own abilities, on your own capabilities, or may have felt like it is wrong to ask for something. It is wrong to feel special. It is wrong to have favorites or be someone's favorite. Anywhere where you may have diminished your own self-worth, self-respect, your own sense of being, or anywhere you may have curbed your own special, unique powers, to release, pull, cancel, and send to God's light those elements that you're ready to let go of now, that your consciousness, that your mind is ready to let go of now, to be released, pull, cancelled, and sent to God's light at all 4 levels of your belief system, to be resolved at the history or past life level, and to be replaced with the beliefs that are truly meant for your highest and best, in your highest and best way, as per the creator of all that is from the 7th plane. Do I have the permission to do that? Say yes in your mind to give me the permission, and I'm going to do the release. Would you like the download of, I know the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of self-worth. I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to know that I am worth it, that I am unique, that I'm special, and that I'm here for a reason. And to know that it is safe and possible for me to accept and embrace all that light within me, all that uniqueness within me, and to know just how worthy I am. To be able to see myself as the creator of all that is sees me, to see myself as the benevolent light of the universe sees me, to see myself as the beautiful light of the universe that created me here for a reason, to know and understand that there is bountiful light within me, that the universe resides within me, that God resides within me, and that I am a spark of God, that it is safe and possible for me to see that beautiful spark, to see that light within me, to allow myself to illuminate that light, knowing that it is safe, it is possible, it is allowed, and I can choose to do so, that I deserve to do so, to know and understand that that light within me can clear and cleanse the space within me and around me, to know that it is safe for me to be connected to the light within, for me to allow myself to operate with that light within my being, to know and understand the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of intuition, and to know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to be in connection and in synchronicity with my intuition at all times, for me to allow my intuition to drive me forward, for me to be able to trust my intuition, to be able to trust myself, and to be able to trust my light, to know that I am allowed to shine and to share this light at all times, to know that what I have to say is important, to know and understand that it is safe and possible for me to move beyond genetic beliefs that may have been holding me back, to know and understand that we're all here on a journey of evolution, on a journey of learning. And even generationally, as I allow myself to take in the learnings, to let go of the trauma, to let go of the pain of the past, to let go of the beliefs and patterns that are serving me no more, and to come in truer alignment with my higher self, with my divine purpose, and with who I truly am, with the light that we each hold. That as I connect to that, I allow myself and my whole genetic realm to move forward. I know that it is safe and possible, and that I'm allowed to do so. To know and understand what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to illuminate that light within, to know that it is safe to let go, that I know what to let go, when to let go, how to let go, and that I am allowed to let go, that it is safe for me to let go. To also know and understand the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of abundance. And I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to awaken the Lakshmi within me, to know what it feels like to respect the Lakshmi within me, to respect that consciousness within me that knows abundance, that speaks abundance, and that is abundance. To know that only as I respect that consciousness within me, that is the light of abundance, that is abundance in itself, can abundance truly flow for me, that I choose to have abundance of joy, happiness, success, money, of all the things, health, of all the things that matter to me, to know that I'm allowed to have that, to know that all of these answers lie within me. And now, as I awaken the Lakshmi within me, as I light the diyas within me, as I allow the space within me to be illuminated, that I automatically feel in synchronicity and can see the lights that are all around me to guide my way, to know and understand that in the universal consciousness of all that there is, that we're always loved, supported, and that we are worth it, and to know and understand that we're each here for a reason, and to allow myself to be better connected to my higher consciousness, to my divine purpose, and to be able to move forward, being able to be in alignment with that reason, in alignment with my life purpose and my life plan, and to understand that all of that begins with an alignment within myself, mind, body, and soul, and alignment and understanding that the light resides within me, that all the answers are within me, and that I'm allowed to see those answers, to uncover those answers, and to move from the era of questions to the era of answers. I allow myself to be one with who I am, to be illuminated inside out, to allow my aura to shine the light that it truly has, to allow this light to shine within my being and all around me, that is allowed for me, that it is safe, and that I choose and deserve to do that. Would you like these downloads into every cell, atom, molecule of your body, every area of your life, at all four levels of your belief systems, in any and every language ever known or understood by you, for your highest and best, in your highest and best manner? Say yes to receive these downloads. And as you say yes, as you're open to receiving this energy, this beautiful golden light, this beautiful golden energy, I want each of you to witness that spark within you, just like you lighted the air, just like when that light comes on, within your being, within your hearts, to see that little lamp lighting up, the lamp of your own consciousness, of your own strengths, of your own illumination, of your own divinity, lighting up. And one light lighting up all of the others. All of the light, all of the potential that you hold, all of that magic that is just yours, that is within your being. As you light up your being, as you allow that one master switch to start them all, that one diya to light up all the rest. It's a chain reaction from there. As you do that, now that you finally lit up your being, all those hidden skills, those hidden talents, those hidden pockets of self-worth, of self-respect, of what you're actually made of. All that time that you'd closed your eyes to your immense potential and what you're truly capable of. All that time that you'd been holding yourself back. Now you can see all those little pockets of greatness within you. Acknowledge where each of them are within your space, within your being. You can choose to gather them all up if you're ready to operate out of that potential. If you're ready to stand up with all of that greatness. Or you can simply choose to access each of them when you want to, when you need to, and when you're ready to. But for today, you pick up at least one of those pockets. You pick up at least one of those secrets that hold the answer to how great you really are. And you decide to operate from that. Because as you've cleared all those redundant beliefs, each of you that knows how to do this process, that has learned, please imagine those beliefs that we said, please imagine them happening in the theta brainwave as you're taught. Make it that much stronger. But as you've released these beliefs, as you're ready at your own pace to embrace all those little pockets, at least let the light show you where each of these pockets of greatness lie within your being. As you're ready now to shine that light, to begin that new year with that potential, with that greatness, knowing that you're worth it, knowing that you're wonderful, knowing that you're pure magic. Simply allow yourself to spin this light outward, outward, outward. See as it grows, that glow within you simply grows, grows, grows outside your aura. That light within your aura shining brighter and brighter, brighter and brighter, brighter and brighter, illuminating your entire being, your entire auric field. All that is within you and all that is around you, the space that you're in, the house, the family that you're in, knowing it is safe to share this light, knowing it is the festival of lights, it's time to share your light. Sharing that light, feeling safe and grounded, balanced in your own being, in your own self. Knowing that the answers, that light is always within you to access. Whenever you feel ready, integrated, balanced, grounded, lit up, come back to this space and simply open your eyes. People are coming back slowly. So I want you to remember this light is within you. As I was doing the releases, the downloads, the one thing that kept coming to me was that, okay, now, Dhanteras will come. Everyone's going to worship Goddess Lakshmi. And go like, okay, we worship Goddess Lakshmi. We put that Shubhlab outside our house. We, get her footsteps, all of those things. But each of that, the answer to any of that, the Lakshmi within your own house is you. Do you respect her? Do you feel like you are the embodiment of abundance? You, that is the center of your house. That is the Lakshmi of your house. Do you feel abundant? Or do you feel scarce? When the Lakshmi feels scarce, what is she going to bring to you? That abundance is within you. It's going to begin with you respecting yourself. You respecting all that you do. It doesn't matter what you do. Whether you work, whether you stay at home, whether you cook, whether you take care of kids, whether you clean, whether you're in office all day, whether you do nothing at all. Do you respect your being? Do you feel abundant within your being? Because when you do, that'll shine out. And how? We have time for Dhanteras. Take that time to find that abundance in yourself, to find the answers like we spoke today. If I'm not feeling this, why is that? How can I change that? What would make me feel abundant? Let's simply look at that and shift that. Then do your Lakshmi Pujan and everything. Do the meditation we did today again, because the end part of it is what was very powerful. I want you each to find that spark within your being, because you have it. No matter what you believe, whether you believe religion, whether you believe pop culture, whatever you believe speaks about that spark within you. And always, even if it's not a master switch, even if it's a manual diya, one light, one candle, one diya can light the other, however small it may be. So take your time, make that beautiful placement of diyas within your own being, light up all of it, and then you will see all that potential that you've been hiding away. When you do Diwali cleaning, you always find 3 or 4 things that are a surprise item that you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know I had this. Great. So find those hidden pockets of wowness within you. That simple quote, the same God that created the mountains and the rivers and all this beautiful nature around us created you too. And that's for a reason. We're not a fluke. We're here for a reason. We're here because we have something very special to share that only we can share. Now, the minute we go like, oh my God, what must that be? We don't realize sometimes us simply being who we are has that light that we can share with the world. When you look at a Lego, you don't just look at the big parts. You can do nothing if you don't have those fixtures which join the 2 parts. So you'll speak about all the important bones that are there. And then if you don't have the middle joint, which is actually going to give you that flexibility, you're going to be able to do nothing. So never underestimate the importance of a small nut or bolt, right? You get your whole IKEA furniture, but you don't have the nuts and bolts, you can do nothing. So don't look at assessing how big am I, how small am I, how significant is what I have to give back. X person is doing so much. Am I doing enough? Am I the favorite? Am I not the favorite? It doesn't matter. You're here, which means obviously you mattered enough for God to make all this effort to put you here. So simply close your eyes, do that last part, light up everything within your space, and then see if you're ready to pick up all that potential and walk with it. You want to go in with finding abundance within yourself, start with that. You want to find that respect within yourself, start with that. Start wherever you need to. But all I need you to know today is that you are important, that you are here for a reason. It did not simply just happen. You're as important as those mountains and rivers and air that gives us life. You're touching lives that you don't even have any idea that you're touching. So please remember that. Please remember, abundance begins with you. Light begins with you. Life begins with you. Acknowledge that. And the minute you do, I promise you, you will automatically be able to see the lights that have been around you all this while. Okay? So wishing you a very, very happy Diwali cleaning and a very, very happy Diwali. I believe we will connect very close to Diwali. So we can wish each other again at that time. But I wish each of you a very beautiful festive season. Happy Diwali, and worshipping each of the goddesses that are within you. Doesn't matter whether you're male or female. Abundance is within you, and so is the light. That is not distinguished. Okay. So I see the light within you, and I hope that you can see it too. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Wishing a very happy Diwali from Cesta, and that you each light the light within.